All right, so I'm just gonna make this video live and hopefully, I do a good job analyzing it. But I already watched a little bit of it. I'm only gonna do one replay too. So let's just see. I'm gonna unpause. So this round starts off really well, and the pressure's really good too. I'm not gonna call out every little thing because that would be kind of annoying, but I'm not sure like how deep the critique should go. But let's rewind a bit. So I want to show you something. Right. So one like really strong thing about Jury is her fireball, right? So you do this combo and now you have one stock, and then you do this pressure sequence and then you have two stocks, and you end up getting three, right? So what you can do a lot of these situations is you can use like you can do block strings where you'll do like I don't know, maybe like medium punch, like crouch medium punch, fireball, right? Or things like crouch medium kick, because like at this range you could do crouch medium kicking into a fireball, and the further you are away from the fireball, you probably already know this stuff, but I'm just saying it just in case. The more plus it leaves you, the more advantage. Like if you're point blank and you do fireball, I think it's like a -3 or something, -4 maybe. But if you're at this range and you do fireball, it's actually going to make you plus, right? So that kind of like you're bolstering your offense every time you get a stock and then you spend it, and you should spend it to keep yourself, on offense, right? It seems like maybe practicing some block strings with stocks, like because every time you do like her like up kick and you get a stock, it's kind of just giving you a chance to maintain offense without having to spend drive rush. Because if you don't have stocks, you should try and be just doing like you could do the basic thing. It's like drive rush, medium punch, crouch medium punch. That's like what everybody does. And then between the first and second medium punch, you can do a tick throw because she doesn't lose her spacing. After the second medium punch, you kind of lose that. Anyways, we'll keep watching. So he gets out of the corner, no big deal. There's also a missed time on the safe jump. So perfect parry is good. So right there, small optimization. If you, wherever you are on screen, you always want to throw, which is going to put the person closest to the corner. Because like little things like this, like they do add up eventually in a round where it can cause you, like you don't know how the round would have played out had you done a back throw here, right? It could have, played out completely differently because you would have still had the pressure of having someone in the corner and they're really just trying to get out. So it's just something to think about, to be mindful of when you're playing, is which direction you throw people. As unfortunate, it's got caught. And this is good too. I don't know if the forward medium punch was an input error, but I also have trouble with that too when I'm playing this character. I want to walk forward, I want to press stand medium punch, and I get forward medium, which I don't think that button gives you, like it kind of takes away your advantage where you get plus frames otherwise if you got the, but I don't think you meant to do that. I think you just meant to do walk up stand medium punch, which is good. And this round you're playing well, but it's just unfortunate that you're getting whiff punished a lot. Mira is it's pretty good at whiff punishing, so it's tough. You got to be careful sticking out buttons that aren't going to connect with the person. Like depending on the level of player, some people are just really good at sniping that out. I don't even think I'm that good, but playing Mira, I've noticed that he's good at sniping out buttons. So this is actually a good example. Like during this round start, your drive rush gets sniped, which is like drive rush in the beginning of the round as Jury is just a good option, right? You should go for it. So there's actually nothing wrong with you getting checked here because it's just going to happen sometimes. But in a longer set, if you say you played like just like the fifth or sixth game or something and you had gotten checked, you'd want to change your approach to be get a stock first, throw a fireball, and then either drive rush with it, walk with it, because that gives you a lot of opportunity. Like, and if you can't get a stock, right? If the person's being really oppressive, do EX fireball. Spend that meter. It's a risk, right? You might lose the meter, but once you get that fireball on screen, you get a lot of options. You can drive rush behind it. For characters without a DP, you can jump and you get a free jump basically, because if you time the jump right, they do a crouch fierce or whatever, they do a crouch heavy punch, they get hit. So those are just other ideas for round start. But I do think that some characters, they should not do drive rush round start. But Jury is one of the characters that she should do it sometimes. It's a good thing to like have that threat always on the other person's mind, so that they round start, they're already afraid of your character. So I do think it was a good option. It's just unfortunate that it got checked. But you should just know like other ways of approaching round start, so you can mix it up for when people like, you know, beat your choice that you make. Everything here is good too. I just think that this forward medium punch is really like hurting your offense. But I do think that it could be an input error too. Yeah, like in this situation it's tough because you don't have much meter there. But if you could have taken the risk and thrown an EX fireball just to take some space back. But it's tough. You're fighting out of the corner. There's really not much you could do in that one. But I think I will also watch the first replay you guys play just to check. I'll just keep it in one recording. So okay, where is it? So I just watched that one. Let's watch the first one. Oh god, I don't know which. Okay, it's gotta be this one. All right, let's see. Just so we can kind of like compare and contrast one game to the other. And then if you play more games like with Jury, like versus more opponents, it can be a little bit clearer to see what you should do. So that's a kind of like foreshadowing, like the drive rush got checked the other time, likely because you did it this time. This round is great. Your offense is great. Your pressure sequence was awesome there. But he found his opportunity out. So here's a good like, so when you're in this situation, right? So if you think about like, what can Ed do to me from this distance? It's like the most he can do is throw a fast fireball, right? And light fireball, or I'm sorry, non-EX fireball. What's hard to do, like the worst thing that happens is you get hit by a fireball when you're trying to get stocks. But you can use, if someone gives you this much space, you should just stock up. But now I'm saying that, and in hindsight, I'm looking, you actually have stock. So disregard what I said. But for future reference, if anybody's giving you space, you should always just use that time to stock if you don't have them. But that doesn't even apply here because you actually have stocks. My mistake. I'm just guessing on the throw loop. That's just Street Fighter 6. Just gotta guess, right? There's really not much you could do there, but you could try wake up drive reversal. I didn't see anybody use that when we were doing our training session, and sometimes it's obvious, but I think you should try and go for it if you're gonna lose. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like between taking the throw or maybe, you know, getting punished for it. It's worth it. The parry was smart there too. So I think that on wake up, like part of the reason why you're getting rushed down is because you haven't shown that you're willing to take it to risk, which like EXDP, drive reversal, DI. You know, DI. I'm not saying dude like wake up DI. That's the riskiest of all of them. But at like the thing is, like when you're learning Street Fighter, people say don't wake up DP, don't jump, you know, don't do DI, but you have to do all these things sometimes so that the person on offense is thinking about it. Because right now Mira is rushing you down, and I know that they're not worried about getting DP'd or getting drive, you know, reversaled or DI'd. And it's good to show these options once in a while. And usually you want to do like a EXDP when you have a read, like, oh, I know they're gonna press on my wake up. They've already done it. They did it in this situation last time. I'm gonna do the DP, right? Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. That's just part of it, right? But when you do that, it makes people on the offense think twice about how hard they're going to rush you down. Because every character, if you show them respect, they're going to run all over you, right? So you have to sometimes show these risky options just to put them on the screen so that, you know, when you're in the situation, you get some breathing room, or people might think twice. And then when you've created that situation, so you have done a wake up DP 1 or 2 times somewhere in a set, now someone's going to try and bait it, right? They're going to think, oh, I think they're going to do a wake up DP here. But you already have created this threat. So now you can just use that to their disadvantage, because they're going to try and bait something and they're not going to press on your wake up. They're not going to throw. They're going to sit there and block, right? And that's kind of your opportunity to steal your turn back because you created that mind game earlier by doing some sort of wake up option. And for people that don't get conditioned, because there's always people like that, they don't get conditioned. They just keep pressing, they keep meeting. You just keep doing the DP, right? You can keep showing them that you're not going to respect their pressure until they respect you. And it's kind of like, it sounds scrubby, but this happens at like even like really high level Street Fighter. It's like you always want to show people that you're not afraid to do something risky if they're going to overextend on their pressure. And it's something that is hard to do right, and everybody looks bad when they do a DP and it gets blocked. But you just got to do it sometimes. And I didn't see you do it in either game, and it's good. You know, you shouldn't do it all the time, right? But you should show that option sometimes. Is basically what I'm saying, just to get them scared. Because once people get going, Street Fighter is a game like Street Fighter 6. Like the offense in this game, it just snowballs so hard to where it's like it can be so hard to fight out of the corner, and you know, it can only take 2 or 3 touches to get into burnout or just die. So yeah, you got to really make the most of your resources. But I'll end that here. That's just, you know, we already kind of analyzed these games earlier. I just wanted to make some sort of video, just doing a small, and I could have done a better analysis, but I didn't watch the replays beforehand. I just wanted to do it live just to see how it would come out. So hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully my critique doesn't sound like harsh or anything. I just want to be as helpful as possible. So yeah, that's it.